All right. Want to say hello, everybody. Welcome to our very first Hawaii Hustlers Zoom call event, you guys. This is super exciting, and I want to kind of give you guys a kind of overview of how this came to be, and then we're going to all introduce ourselves. There are 6 of us who are senior rubies. Everybody hear me okay? Okay. And I tell you what, before I get into that, let me give you guys a quick Zoom tutorial if you've never used the service before. You've got controls down at the bottom, so if you kind of like wave your mouse down at the bottom bar, you can mute yourself, you can turn your video on and off, you can also send chats. You'll see a little button that says chat. So if you hear something and you have a question, you want to say something, you can send us a message and we'll try to kind of address the questions as they come in like that. So I would ask that everybody just kind of mute yourselves so there's not a lot of background noise. But then, of course, when you speak, you just click the little microphone and unmute. So that's sort of how Zoom works. We want to welcome everybody again to the call. It's really exciting. There are, like I said, there's 6 of us who are senior rubies who actually met each other through a Facebook page, a group page, and we just started kind of chatting and talking about different ideas and ways that we wanted to encourage our teams and different challenges. And so that conversation turned into us meeting every Friday morning on a Zoom call much like this. So we would all get together on Friday mornings and just kind of talk about ideas, what we were going through, what we were trying to do for our teams. And so certainly out of that came some wonderful friendships, and the idea of doing this challenge together was born. So that's how we ended up all here as and we're calling it the Hawaii Hustlers. This is going to be a 90-day challenge for our teams. Like I said, there's 6 of us, so there's 6 different teams that are coming together to really, really work hard, to encourage each other, to do challenges, and to really motivate one another to push to get to that awesome goal of emeralds and to get to Hawaii, Kona, Hawaii, and in 2016. So that's how we all ended up here. So welcome, you guys. And of course, you all know we have a really very special guest who's going to probably the #1 cheerleader in all of Plexus, who's going to motivate us and just get us super pumped. So what I want to do first is let the team leaders introduce yourselves. So we're going to introduce ourselves and just kind of a quick background so we all get to know each other because we're going to have a good time together. So I'm going to start with Miss Amber.
Hi, everyone. I am so excited, and especially because it's so cold in Texas right now, I am looking forward to Hawaii already. So I cannot wait to be on the beaches with all of you in September of 2016, which is right around the corner. But I'm Amber Ike, and like Dawn said, I'm a senior Ruby, and I'm going to be focusing on personal growth and leadership. Those are kind of going to be the topics I'm going to be talking about in our group page, and really just encouraging you to invest in yourself, because this business is all about growing ourselves to be successful. All of us have areas that we can grow in one way or another, and so I'm really going to be giving challenges and encouragement along the way for personal growth and ultimately better leadership. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And then I think next up is Odie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. As you can tell, I'm at work, but do what it takes. My name is Amanda Pruitt. Most of my friends call me Odie. I actually prefer to be called Odie. Kind of sets me different apart because there's probably like 500 Amandas within the company. I actually turned senior Ruby in the month of July. I double promoted. I didn't even know that was possible, but it happened. And I started my journey in March of 2014. I actually, a month later, found out that I was expecting. So I have a 1-year-old now. And so my Plexus journey and my motherhood journey started at the same time. It really couldn't have fell in my lap in a better opportunity. I'm so thankful that I ended up taking the leap of faith when I did and just did it. I'm going to be sharing in the group page about following up and building relationships. As you all know, the leaders and the jewels really focus on talking about, building relationships and following up. And so as much as sometimes it seems to be annoying, that we keep following up, asking the same repeated question, sometimes it just is a friendly reminder, and so thankful for you for following up and reaching out. So I'm going to be sharing some tips and helping you guys along the way on following up and building relationships. And I believe Rachel, is she next? No, I don't remember who's next. Sorry.
I think Amy was up next.
Is Amy up next?
Okay. Yes. Hi. I'm sorry. I was scrolling through. I'm like, oh no, am I next? And I don't know who's after me. I apologize. Anyway, I'm Amy Triplett, and I am so thrilled to be on this call with you guys. I also joined, and I got my Plexus journey started in March 2014. It's been amazing. The thing I'm going to be speaking on is passion and inspiring people. So just a quick background. My family, we made $18,000 as a family of 5 in 2013. So now as a senior Ruby, we have, I want to say, triple our family's income. So it's been amazing. I love it. It's been the hugest blessing from God. I mean, the products, of course, have changed our lives, but financially, it's been incredible. And I think the thing that has helped me to keep going is my passion. So we're going to talk about how to build your passion, because if you're not passionate about this, it's going to get hard, especially when, it can be a roller coaster. So I really love somebody named Danny Johnson. So I follow her. I've learned just so much about, building your passion, inspiring people, and you want to be the kind of person that people want to follow. So that's really what I'm going to be talking about on this beautiful journey that we're doing, this 90-day challenge. So next, I think, is Rachel, but I don't know.
Yes, it was me. Hi, everyone. I am so excited to see all of your beautiful faces. This is such a big deal that you've taken the time and made this a priority. I know that everyone has busy schedules, and I also know that we only just posted this today, and I've posted things for my team weeks in advance and they can't get on. So you all are already ahead of the rest. So I just want to encourage you that you're in the right place. We have, y'all, I can't even, the girls that are going to be leading this team with us are such precious gifts. And it's silly because I get emotional, because it's like you can do your business and be kind of chucking along, and then people come along and you know that it's a game changer. And the friendships are a gift. So I just want to encourage you guys, this is going to be amazing. A little bit about myself. I started Plexus April of 2014. And it was just drinking the pink drink. I had a blood sugar problem. I've been to the doctor. I gained 3 dress sizes since my wedding, and that was like a 7-month period, so I was not a happy camper. Drank the pink drink. Within 6 months, lost the 2 dress sizes. But what happened is that I posted a picture with my pink drink, and I was like, hey, you guys, this is amazing. And I had 30 customers in 3 weeks or something like that. And my business just grew and grew, and I went to Leaders Retreat my first year and saw the vision, and then shortly after that went gold New Year's Eve of last year. So now I'm Senior Ruby, and God has completely transformed my marriage, our financial situation. We had quite a bit of debt going into our marriage, and it was a very strong, heavy burden. And having Plexus, we're paying off that debt. We're able to move into a little bit newer area, newer apartment, and do kind of more fun things as a newlywed couple. On top of that, it's nice to go on the trips that Plexus gives you, and just all of the blessings and gifts that come with that. And so that's kind of how I got started. And then all of a sudden I realized, dude, when your passion and purpose collide, it's everything. And so I share Plexus because I know that we're being the hands and feet of Jesus. And I know that we are completely transforming lives financially and in health. And so that is my purpose. And what I'm going to be doing for this group is I really like to talk about branding and marketing, and talking about Plexus as a lifestyle, not just my life is here and my business is here and I take Plexus here, but merging them together, because that's what people respond to in conversation and on Facebook. So that's what I'll be working on with you guys, is just talking about marketing and branding and how to really be your own brand. You're a business now. You are a brand. So I'm excited.
All right, awesome. I think I'm next. I just really quick want to really reiterate what she said about the, all of us kind of coming together and the blessing of partnering. And so if there, and I just want to encourage all of you, if you're, you're really serious about your business and really wanting to move forward, find some power partners, find some sidelines, find some people that you can really lock arms with and do this business with, because it is so much more fun to do it with others and to do it. It really is a game changer, just like Rachel said. I mean, I know it has been for me. The blessing of y'all's friendships through our Senior Ruby calls has really been a game changer in my business. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. So I'm Dawn Andrews, a Senior Ruby. I started Plexus in January of 2014. And so again, like many people, just kind of went into it for simple weight loss and thought, yeah, I could use a few $100s a month. That'd be really great. I'm a stay-at-home mom and want to be able to do some extra things for my kids. That was really how it all started. But within a few months, realized the vision and the opportunity with it, and really my belief became so strong and I became so passionate that I just wanted to sort of tell the world and shout it from the rooftops, because it started to become such an amazing health blessing for me and my husband. And then maybe some of you guys might know my story, but it kind of changed I went into it very lightheartedly. I was diagnosed with breast cancer that June, right after I started. And I had just turned senior gold when I was diagnosed. And so that was sort of one of those defining moments where I could crawl into the hole and say, just forget it. This is way too hard. I can't do cancer and Plexus, but knew that my passion was so strong. And again, just felt really called to it. I felt like God had really put it on my heart to continue sharing the health blessing and also the financial blessing. And so what happened was, it was the biggest blessing that you could imagine as I was going through my cancer journey. It allowed me to, it really helped restore my health when I was going through chemo and surgeries and radiation. The business side of it, because of the beautiful business model, just continued to grow and my team continued to work. And so that I was able to continue to build my business and promote to Ruby and Senior Ruby, even in the middle of all of that. So to say that Plexus has been a game changer and a blessing, I think is really an understatement. And I'm still kind of working on how to articulate what it really has meant to me and my family. So in addition to that, my husband, in the middle of it, lost 70 pounds on Plexus. So he had an enormous quality of life change with that. And kind of our testimony together is, with that, he was really able to better step up because he became so much more healthy. He was able to step up to the plate and really be the man that he needed to be while I was going through what I was going through. So really just God used it in many, many ways to bless our family. So I am going to be, I think, the goal person. So on Sundays, I'll be talking about goals and goal setting and really casting vision. So I'm excited about that because if you guys have ever read the MLM book, I think I'm a pretty hardcore read. So I just love, really tangible goals and casting vision and really working towards it. So that's going to be kind of my thing on the page. So that's me. So thanks you guys again. Excited for what's getting ready to happen. And I'll turn it over to Julie.
Gosh, you make that hard to follow. Goodness. I am Julie Felpel. I am a Senior Ruby. I started Plexus in June 2014 and became Senior Ruby in August 2015. Chris and Susie are my upline, and they have been so fabulous and taught us so many great things. And so one of the things that I'll be doing is duplication and organization, because I'm a nerd like that. I was a teacher for 7 years, and I like all the organization stuff. So I'm excited. This is new for me, and it's going to be a great group. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris now, so he can be our little cheerleader and get this group started off right. Let's see. Let me do.
Are we on? Can you hear us?
We can hear you. Yes.
Yes.
Where are your faces?
Hey, I'm here too, Julie.
Hey,
Hello.
Madison showed up. Madison showed up, right?
I'm sorry. Y'all were further down on my screen. I couldn't see you.
I know. I was like, see, Suze, here we go. We're ready, right?
It's the Chris show.
Yeah, I'm a cheerleader.
Hey, first of all, you guys need to give yourself like a huge round of applause. Give yourself like a pat on the back, because getting to Senior Ruby is something that most people won't do. I'll just be honest. I mean, let's talk about it. It's
very true.
And so the fact that you're here, I just get so excited because I know that the next step for you guys is it's the craziest thing. And it is such, Go, Susie. What do you
So,
think?
hey, Rachel, we talked to you at Leaders Retreat. I don't know if she can talk, but we talked to you. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so good. Not this Leaders Retreat, last year. So you weren't even gold when we talked to you?
No, so I totally remember that, and I don't want to hijack the whole thing, but I had admired y'all, and I was like, help me get to gold, because I didn't have the vision to Leaders Retreat.
Yes.
And then at Leaders Retreat, I was like, oh, I want to be gold. I was making like $2,000 a month on customers, and I was like, that's good. And then y'all were like, how about 10 grand a month in a year? And I was like,
oh.
Yeah. Hey, so it's totally cool if we take all the credit for your success, right?
Right.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
100%.
Hey.
Do you remember I messaged you after that? And I was like, so what do I do? Yeah, y'all are my
Okay.
heart. I love y'all.
Hey, listen, it is so cool to
It's
watch
really cool,
people succeed. I don't know how much time we have. And so I want to Susie and I are sitting here thinking, whenever we get this opportunity to visit with people that are of y'all's caliber, because it is so knowing, and Susie and I know because we watch it happen, but you guys don't, if you look at the numbers, just based upon the numbers, like I said, you guys have achieved something. So that's awesome. So you've congratulated yourself. But what I'm about to tell you in this 90-day challenge that you guys are going into, it literally changed Susie and I's business. We did this same type of a 90-day challenge. You remember, Susie?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Tell them about how that started. And
Well, so we were laying in bed doing nothing crazy. I always like when I start off laying in bed.
yeah.
In our beginning of Plexus, we spent a lot of time, me on my laptop and him on his phone at that point, and doing Plexus. And we were talking Plexus. And he looked at me and he goes, all right, we got to do this 90-day challenge. Celeste Quinn talked about it in Destination Diamond. He goes, we got to do this. And I go, I think we've just done that. Because we literally were talking, eating, breathing, sleeping 24/7, literally almost 24/7 Plexus.
Right.
So when he said it, I just laughed. I was like, I think we've already been doing that. And he goes, we're going to do it again. And we did. And honestly, we've still been doing that. Maybe not quite as.
Totally.
Yeah.
And even if you're on this right now and you are a silver, okay, because I understand this group is silver to senior ruby. So I hear, and I've seen just a little bit of diversity amongst y'all.
Yeah.
The message is identical, okay? In other words, and I'm just going to get right into the meat of this, so I just want you to pay close attention to some things that we did almost by accident. So whether you're a silver, you're a senior ruby, but the goal is the same, and that's to be in Hawaii, I really, really, really want you to focus on a couple thoughts, okay? Susie, I'm going to talk first about a few of these. Okay, so I want you to focus on the people on your team that really want this, okay? Don't waste your time trying to drag people with you. It's the biggest mistake that I see. I mean, I've seen best friends where the one friend is in it and they're all in and they want it so bad for their other friend, but their other friend doesn't really want it, versus you have somebody that may be completely unexpected that really wants this business and they really want to just take this thing all the way, and that is where you need to focus your attention. So if you hear me say one thing, focus on the people that want it. It will change. People will say they want it, but their actions will not back that up. They'll be hot for a week and they're going to be telling everybody. And then the next thing you know, you're going, hey, what happened to Betty Sue? And she's over here chasing butterflies. Yeah. You're looking for the people and you want to encourage them to have laser-like focus on the goal. That's my first thing. Focus on the people that want this. We have 10 minutes. So
that's
yes, go.
Are you done with yours?
I'm saving my next.
Or you can go longer. That's fine.
Okay.
We're going to soak it all up. Whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Well, and so I made my little note. So to go with what he said, I think one of the biggest things that we've done right on accident.
It was my idea.
On accident.
This was my plan.
Is that we have created this very encouraging, supportive group of cheerleaders. Our whole team is that way. We've got, it's such a blessing to be a part of. And Alec Clark said something right after convention in a diamond meeting. He said that, because he was talking about how awesome it was to watch people get to walk across the stage and have this yay moment, way to go. And he said the last time that most people have people applauding them is their high school graduation. And so people are not used to praise, and people respond to praise like nothing I've ever seen.
Yep.
Chris and I have learned that, and a lot of people just need you, like I'm talking about people on your team, and we don't care if it's somebody that you signed up or 10 levels down. We never know levels. We don't care. We treat everybody pretty much the same.
It's a group effort.
We don't know who's on
Yeah.
what level, but they need, a lot of those people just need you to tell them that they can do this, that they've got it in them to do this, and then they will run with it. It's pretty amazing, actually.
It is literally one of the biggest things.
And celebrate. When somebody, Chris is the best when somebody goes silver. When somebody goes silver, he'll send them a private message. And we try to spend a lot of time messaging people together and being like, oh my gosh, you went gold. That's so awesome. And I don't think you can do anything better than encourage and support people on your team. I think it's in the top 5 of things that you need to do to be successful growing your team.
Yeah. And on that note, here's another good point of this whole thing. When Susie said that a second ago, right? Susie's like, yeah, let's talk about how great I am. We completely removed what's in it for us and replaced it with what's in it for them. So let's say you have somebody that, you may not even make a point. And Susie and I have had this conversation over a period of time. What people fail to understand when they're looking at their organization is if a level 8 is super successful, it's feeding a foundation that is under you where those people are going to stay in the business and they're going to stay active.
Right. That's keeping your 7, your 6, your 5, your 4, your 3. It's so weird because remember, we have no direct sales experience, 0. Plexus is our direct sales experience. It was months in because we would hear other people say, well, they don't benefit me at all. And so they really had nothing to do with that person. And we're just kind of looking in from the outside. And at some point, Chris goes, I just don't think that they get it, that who cares if you're not making points off of level 10 because you're 9, 8, 7, 6. Those people are. And it was one of the biggest moments for me of, oh yeah, I hadn't really thought of that.
And so
now I can tell you this. Our wanting people to succeed is from a genuine, it has changed our lives so much. And we feel so blessed every day that this is our life, that when we want people to succeed, it's not because we're not looking at a 10 going, well, that's me, a 9,
get the cash register out, Susie. How much is this worth to us? Go. So if we sign a new ambassador and she gets 7, hang on just a second. I'm going to let you know if this is worthy of my time. Give me a minute.
Oh, I got to tell this story. Do we have more than 10 minutes, Julie?
Are we okay? Are we
can't talk for 10 minutes.
Yes, you can talk for an hour.
Okay. So one of our best stories that we were going to Houston, Mandy Richards, one of our first times that we went somewhere, we were like, this is weird, but here we go to Houston. But Mandy Richardson, there was a guy, I don't know who he was. So if y'all are friends with him, sorry. But he was a Ruby.
Or
a Ruby something. I don't think he's in Plexus anymore. He would only talk to people in his downline if they had 1,000 PV and they were gold or above, right?
Fact. He wasn't going to, that was like a qualification for his time.
And Chris and I, when we heard that, we were like,
gross.
What?
Yeah.
And it just was I think it was such a good thing that we knew that because it made us go, oh, well, we're going to be exactly opposite of that guy.
Yeah. Jesus, we want to be nothing like you. Okay. So I'm going to get into another key point that I want you to hear. And I think this is huge. You will have people that fail to commit for one main reason. And I want you to be able to overcome it early when you're suggesting that somebody grow their business. Plexus is here to stay. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. If you hear me say this, just Plexus is here to stay. 20 years from now, you will look back on this moment and this Zoom, and you can remember when you were a silver or you were a senior Ruby, and you can say, I can't believe that we were having this conversation. Tarl and Alec, their whole goal, if you don't know this, Tarl was very well off before Plexus. It wasn't something that he was creating just to go make money. His goal was to leave a legacy company. And so that means something for your kids and your grandkids. And I was out in Arizona last week having dinner with Tarl and Alec, and we were going over some of the things that were coming up in the near future, and they had somebody come in that actually looked at Plexus's growth. They were analyzing. It's similar to what they did when they ranked us in the Inc. magazine, when we were number 8, then we were like number 100 and something. But they said that Plexus will experience its largest growth in the next 3 to 5 years. In other words, you could start your Plexus business 5 years from now and still be super successful. And I think that's huge that you guys deliver that message to your people, because here's why. Nobody wants to go quit their career for something that's not going to be here tomorrow.
Right.
People thought Susie and I were nuts when we sold our fishing company because they know how hard we had worked to get in that position. There might be other
reasons,
well,
too.
Maybe so. But, it's funny because, they thought we were nuts. Well, we knew something they didn't know. And so we want you guys to make sure that you are telling your team the things that about Plexus's future. 10, 20 years from now, Tarl says, I'm not sure we'll fit in the new building 8 to 10 years from now. That's not based on guesstimation. That's based upon estimation, based upon the amount of growth that we've been experiencing through all of the back office change. Remember did
we change back offices?
Oh, by the way, we recently changed back offices. You guys probably didn't know this. I know. So there's this new back office thing. If you haven't logged in recently, you'll see it. But the truth is, we had a record month. Our pay point went to $3 amongst the chaos.
Yeah.
And the reason is because our products work. And so when we're on here telling you guys this, I want to make sure, and this is my last point, then I'm going to let you.
Good.
But this is the last thing that I want you to know. Continue to do the things personally that you have done to go silver, to go senior ruby. And I'm talking about adding people yourself. Don't stop doing that. Make sure that your focus and efforts, if you're a senior ruby, your focus and effort is going to be more on your team. But don't stop loading the Ferris wheel yourself, because you're going to have people that get off, that don't get it, that you thought were going to take it the whole way. And they said, nah, you know what? I'm going to go chase this. Or once the warm and fuzzies and the newness wears off, what they do is they go join 6 other companies in the next year because they think that's the problem. When in reality, sometimes you have to look internally and say, there's things that I have to grow at. But this business, these products, this comp plan is like nothing we'll probably ever see in our lifetime. And so you don't get a real serious side of us, but I know we're limited on time. And so I want to make sure that we are communicating well to you how important that you guys relay this opportunity to other people. But Susie, I'm going to hand it back to you now.
Okay. So this was a couple of things. I thought this was all senior rubies. It's
no.
Silver to senior rubies, but they're serious growing business.
They want to be in Hawaii.
Okay.
Susie missed the beginning because she was late.
I was getting my nails and my toes done.
Is that an excuse, really?
I also thought it was 8:30.
No.
So anyway, so let me just tell you something that I've learned along the way that was a surprise to me, and I think especially being mostly women, I think if it's something that you are prepared for, it will help you. You're going to have people that are not having success in the business, and they're going to blame you. And it's easier to blame you because you're their team leader than it is to blame themselves on why they're not growing. So it's happened to us plenty of times. And what I want you to know is, you're not responsible for those people's success at all. It's their own business. Everybody has the exact equal opportunity. The people that want to blame others or other reasons on why they're not growing, that's something that they're going to have to work on. That's a personal growth issue.
Right.
So don't take it personally when that happens. Secondly, you're going to have people in your life that maybe don't support you being successful. And I think that it's huge for you to know that you need to be able to just block that out and keep going. And remember your why for why you're doing this, which most of you, whoever was on here talking about they lived on $18,000 for their family of 5.
Yeah.
Her why is clear that this is going to be financial freedom for them. Maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom, and that's a huge why. Who knows? There's all sorts of good whys. But you have to be able to block out the people that are not cheering you on.
Yeah.
And it's been the hardest. Chris can tell you, I've had many hurt feelings. Friends from before Plexus that literally will not say the word Plexus to me. And so I've had to get over that and move on.
And listen, we're trying to save some of this for the Dr. Phil show. Don't tell him everything, Susie.
I'm telling you, but I have a point in saying all this. My point is, when those things happen, and just be prepared for it, it's going to happen. When those things happen, do not, Chris likes to say, throw down the flaming sword. Do not end those relationships. Do not send them an email or a text or a message that you're going to regret sending.
Right.
I have a rule, wait 24 hours because women maybe wait 48 hours because your emotions are probably going to be a little bit tamer 48 hours later. But it is so important not to ruin it. We are in the relationship business. The whole time that you are getting to emerald, sapphire, diamond, don't forget that those new relationships that you're creating along the way are part of your success. So not only do you not want to throw down a flaming sword with people that from your past before Plexus that don't support you or are rude to you or whatever. Don't do that. You always kill with kindness. My favorite saying is kill with kindness and bury with success.
That's right. Wow.
I know. I love that. I learned that about a year ago and I love it.
Can I take something?
No,
Oh,
because I have to finish my thought before I forget it. Hopefully
Yeah,
I just
way over
did.
10
Oh,
minutes.
the other thing is this. This is super important. Anybody in your downline that you might not click with, and it's going to happen, don't throw a flaming sword down with them. No matter what they say or what they do, you always have the higher character. You don't say bad things because it's never, ever going to pay off. Ever. So kill with kindness.
Okay.
There you go.
Last thing. Hey, the people that when you anticipate bumps and people say these words to you, I quit, or I'm not doing this, they don't fully understand what they have. And it's your job to make sure they do. What I mean by that is we look at like the jewels pages or the diamond page, and I literally see people that will say things like, let's just take the back office thing for an example, okay? Susie and I are probably some of the highest paid customer service agents in the world, okay? And I mean, because we literally single-handedly realize that this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
and so
now,
we have to realize we're calling customer service, we're putting out fires constantly.
Yeah.
But don't be the one that sounds that alarm of like, almost to a point where, because if as a leader, you have to lead based upon example. You can't just join in. And like when I see some of the people, even on the jewels page, say things like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And they're just whine and complain. And I'm thinking, are you serious right now? Do you know that this is literally the opportunity of a lifetime? And yet here you are. And so I'm going to encourage you, if you're silver or if you're senior ruby, don't be that one that is always, I don't know, just like whiny, complaining, and sounding the alarm, because it literally drives me absolutely batty. And so rather than with y'all coming up the ranks, I want to make sure that the environment is that of positivity, encouragement, love. Do whatever you want. I mean, we can all sit around and sing kumbaya, but the reality is this thing is changing so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Susie and I feel so blessed that the Lord put Plexus in our lives, that every single day we wake up and we pray, hey, bring people into our lives that would benefit from this business, bring people into our lives that would benefit from these products. Ultimately, we want to use it as a witness because that's what we believe. And so, but I want to encourage you, whether you're a believer or you're not, I want you to know that it is a huge, and if not, it's our sole reason for the success that we've had with Plexus. And so that's one thing that I want you to hear. Forget all the other stuff is going to be helpful for you to grow and build your business, but ultimately for you to succeed, not only in this and in life and eternity. We're having a little.
I love succeeding in eternity.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Deep.
I'm just saying. I just want you guys to be successful in life too. And this opportunity that you guys have right now with Plexus is the coolest thing ever. I'm just telling you. And I'm so excited for y'all because I know what's coming. And that's why Susie and I, every day, our whole goal is to latch on to people that want this and pour into those people. And if it means doing 3-way calls, if it means, I don't know, just sending emails on their behalf, whatever it takes, we want everyone to experience the success that Plexus offers, right?
Yes. I hate to back up from the
What are you doing?
From the succeeding in eternity.
Yeah, seriously, what are you doing from there?
But I have to go back to something he said. Yes. So once again, I think I have a unique perspective because I get to see how I perceive a mostly women's world and how we do business. And I get to perceive it from my eyes and his eyes. And trust me, I get to hear it from him too.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's something I've learned from Chris that I think men are better at. And one of them is they leave their emotions out of things. And sometimes that's bad and drives us crazy, but it's helpful for the business side of it. So I think when he was talking about people that will come on the Jewels page sometimes and say things that you're like, what Chris and I say is, I hope they're not saying that on their team page. Sadly, I think they are. And so if we don't make any other point next to Jesus and eternity on this whole thing, you are setting the tone for your team at all times. If you freak out and panic and, oh my gosh, AQs didn't run. Your team is going to do the exact same thing.
Fact.
So it is so important. Now, let me say this. You do not, Julie will tell you, you don't see Chris and I freak out over anything. And here's why. We have 1,000% belief in Plexus. Our belief in the company, the executives, the products cannot be any stronger. We know that they will take care of things and make it right. They do it over and over and over. So we don't freak out because we're always like, oh, well, they'll fix it.
They'll do it. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, they'll get this fixed. So I'm just telling you, I make sure, once again, think before you post or think before you say something. You know, if you have a side power partner that's not on your team, I do think that maybe that's where you can, if you need to freak out and vent.
Yeah, right.
Or you can go to your upline. I mean, that's fine too.
So, okay. And as we wrap up, I'm going to give you one more piece of advice. Change up your activity with your action. Okay. Don't get trapped in activity. Like, these kind of things are awesome.
Yes.
But you have to take this stuff and go apply it into action.
Yeah.
I see so many people that get trapped in this world of non-rejection. Remember, nobody is going to tell you no on here. We love Plexus. So we're going to encourage you. We're going to say all these great things. But when you get off of this thing, if you don't go message some people and say, hey, you really should think about joining my team. This thing is unbelievable. A lot of people, they get trapped in what we call trapped in training, where they'll go to every opportunity meeting. They'll be on every call. They'll do everything, but they'll not tell people about Plexus.
And so, don't add people.
Yeah, there's like this gap where they want to do it. They know more about the compensation plan than Susie and I do. They can tell you more. But the difference is, even in the beginning when we were doing meetings, someone would say, Susie yelled from the other room, there's an opportunity to call, and it was a Wednesday night call. And I was like, I'm doing 3-way calls with people trying to get them on our team. I'm not worried about that right now. It's okay to miss for those kind of things. So just make sure that you're not somebody, and this is personal accountability, that gets trapped in training. Make sure that you're doing daily invitations for yourself. Join me on this journey. Come with me to better health. All of those things that we know that Plexus provides, make sure you're doing those every day. Oh, how was that?
That was great.
Should I go back to eternity? Should we talk about some eternity? Come to the Lord. No, okay. So I hope we didn't. Are your heads going to explode?
Yeah, probably.
Did we literally just blow your mind? I mean, you guys' heads we were all over the place, but we have so much we want to share, and I want you guys to be successful.
I even see stuff on your list you didn't even
I
talk
didn't
about.
even get to it because I'm so nervous. I want you guys. Here's the thing. You guys can totally do this, okay? So think about people that wander around their entire life looking for something to do, looking for something to create freedom for their family, looking for something to create longevity, looking for financial freedom, health freedom. You guys are already in. We're not telling you to try to encourage you. There's no financial gain to us.
And some people are just looking for Bloomingdale's shopping spree.
And that's fine too, right? I mean, hey, you're going to meet all different types, but I want you guys to know, you guys can totally do this deal. It's going to take work. There's going to be bumps. When the bumps happen, the ones that tuck their tail and run and hide lose. The ones that go over it, go around that obstacle, but continue towards with laser-like focus, they win. And you'll be standing on stage as an emerald, as a sapphire, as a diamond, and we can all high five. And Susie and I's belief is, it's not diamond, emerald that makes us successful in this business. That's not how we judge our success. We are going to count heads in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We're going to walk around and go, how many people did we bring with us? Do we have hundreds? Do we have a small freaking army of freedom people here with us? That's how you judge your success, is how many other people did you create and give the gift of Plexus to?
Right.
Bang! Gift of Plexus. Bang! So, hey, we are literally, we're signing off. I think we've used Zoom one other time. For all we know, this entire time, our microphone has been muted. Has that happened? We've been muted.
Julie said she can hear us.
Okay. So thank you guys for letting us come on.
I'm not sure this girl. She's
laughing, yeah.
Okay, maybe you like us.
Susie's good.
Okay, good. I'm a people pleaser still. I'm working on that.
Working on that. But hey, Julie, thanks for letting us stop on. You guys are going to be in Hawaii. How cool is that?
Thank you guys. You guys were so awesome. You always have such great advice, such fun advice, and you always do a great job. So we so appreciate you taking the time to be here tonight to encourage us and start us off in this awesome group. We're pumped, we're excited, we're motivated, and you guys were the perfect people to help.
Hey, we're going to be cheering you on. We can't wait to see you guys in Hawaii. Do it. It's worth it. I promise you. We have no idea how to turn this off, so we're just going to shut our computers.
Thank you.